Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and in this video we're going to be talking about the SalesForce APIs. So as we can see, like in the previous video we discussed about like how we can create a connected apps and like what we do in the SalesForce, how we manage the opportunities, contacts and the accounts and everything. So in this video we're going to be discussing about how we can access those via API and what is the login URL that we have to follow to authenticate people through our application, like through our connected app into our portal, and then we can access their details like refresh token, access token, and then fetch their data into our application and show us. So it's kind of like a third-party application. You have to integrate with the SalesForce and then get the details of people instance from the SalesForce and show it in your application. So that's kind of thing we're going to be discussing. So I have listed all the APIs. I have like everything's ready. So I'm just going to be showing you the APIs and how it works into the Postman, and also going to be explaining a little bit about like in the APIs like the description, columns and everything. So we're going to be discussing everything about that. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so I have the slideshow and I'm going to be explaining everything one by one, so you can look at it over here. So as you can see on my screen, so this is one of like few APIs which are listed over here. So actually I should have like ordered it in the reverse way. So these are the actually object APIs, like you have different kind of objects. So you see this object is opportunity, so you can access the opportunity like there are different other APIs inside of this. So when you call this API, it's going to show you the list of other APIs like what you can access inside of that. So according to those APIs you can access details about the opportunity, like number of columns, number of key available to fetch, and how the data you can fetch, like list, view, description, everything. So it's gonna be listing you all the APIs over there. This is another API where you can write a SQL query into the SalesForce, and the SalesForce can get you all the columns which you're going to be listing over here. So these columns you're going to be getting from here, like by calling the S object opportunity and then describe. So you have to put /describe over here. I'm going to be showing you in the Postman. So you can get those columns from this API and verify all those, and then after that you can put it on over here like this, and then you can say. Also one more thing you can do over here, like let's suppose you see this space over here. So for filling this space, you can leave it as it is if you want to. Otherwise, filling this space, you can put plus over here, like for filling this one. So it shows in the SalesForce like it's connected, the string is connected to each other. Okay, so otherwise you can just leave it empty space as well, it's fine. So they know about it. So but you have to pass the query like this, like q equals to, and then select and the number of like the columns, and then from the table. So the table name, you have to make sure the table name is correct. Okay, otherwise it's gonna be throwing you the error. Another API is, this is the one. Oh, let me just reduce myself. So this is another API and which will be accessing your images. So let's suppose if you have images uploaded like somewhere, normally you're not going to find in the opportunity, maybe in the you're going to be finding into the contacts, or maybe you're going to be finding into the company like accounts. So if there is any image uploaded for any company, so you can fetch it like this. Okay, so you can get the images, and if you don't have, like images goes into the asset, so you're going to be having like this. So every image going to be having an ID, and then inside that image's path you're going to be just putting the ID, and then you can fetch the details. So it's like that. So these are the three APIs I'm showing you right now, and mostly the people use only these two. So if you get the data about like object data, like what are the details you can fetch about it, so you can call this API, and another you can just call this query, and then you can get details whatever you want to. So you don't have to call multiple different kind of APIs. You just have to modify the query, and that's it. Okay, next we move to the authorization APIs, like what are login and authorization code and everything. So I'm going to show you. So this is like authentication query. So first one is like for getting the refresh token. Okay, I think I should reverse the order. So let me take you from the bottom one. So if you see, this is the API for, this is create your login URL. So login.salesforce.com. So you have to put the client ID, secret ID, client secret. Only the client ID, redirect URL, like on the callback you're going to be getting the authorization token, and the response type, like what you want to response, like you want response like code, or you want response like token. So if you, because it's your third-party application, so you want to have people to authenticate first, then you get the code, and then from that code you put it into this API, and then you can get the refresh token and all. because there is another API called post request, so you can just post that API and you can get the access token out of it. Okay, so that's not the way we have to do it, because we are integrating for third-party application, so your app has to be listed. So that's why you need this kind of authentication, the normal flow. Okay, and I'm also going to be showing you how the authentication works. So this is the API. When you get the callback URL, like Salesforce will get you back on the callback URL and then give you the token. So after that, you can just put it into this one. The token you can put, like the code, you can put it over here, and the client ID, client secret, redirect, everything you have to pass like this, and you have to part the grant type. The grant type is very important. So whether you want to get the refresh token or whether you're going to renew the token or access token, like user details, so you have to, like the grant type. So grant type is very important into this token API, like why you are calling this API. So you have to pass that information, and then it's gonna be working according to that. So if you pass the authorization code, so you have to part the code into the API, and then client ID, client secret, redirect query. That is normal, common thing. And once you pass it, it's gonna verify the code and get you the refresh token of that instance, the user who logged in. Okay, and so this is for getting the refresh token. You're gonna get the refresh token and access token, so you have to save it into your database, wherever you have to save it. And after that, if you want to renew that token, like let's suppose access token gonna be expiring after some time. So whenever you call the API, so let's suppose I come back over here. If you want to call this API or this API or this API, any of these API, you have to pass the access token inside of it, like in the author headers, and then you can call this API. Otherwise it's gonna be throwing error, like why you are calling this API, they don't know. So you have to pass access token. Now you go back over here, so you have to renew the token. So once the access token expire, like after whatever the limit, like the expiry time it has, so you have to call this API to renew the tokens. So you pass like client ID, client secret, and then you have, if your grant type is refresh token, so you have to pass refresh token into the params like this over here. So you see refresh token. So that's how you access the authorization details. These are the three main APIs for authorization, and then you can access the user data, like whoever gonna be logged in inside your application. So this is the backend application, like all these APIs gonna be working in the backend. None of the API gonna be working on the front end side. Okay, remember that. So this is it. This is for the API side. So let me show you like how authorization flow will work. It's a normal flow. Most of the application just follow that process. So if you go over here, first you have to go on the login. So login page, you visit the login URL, or you can keep a button, and that button gonna be hitting your backend API, and the backend API will redirect you to the login page of Salesforce. So the login API. After that, you get this Auth consent form. So Auth consent on the Salesforce side, like Salesforce, it will ask you, do you want to provide access to this application? This is the third-party connected app. So once you click on yes, like okay, so then it will just take you back to the callback page. So it will just give you the authorization code with the callback, and then take you over here, and after that you get the authorization code in the callback URL. Then you're gonna be taking that authorization code, and then you're gonna be getting the tokens and instance details. So you're going to be getting instance URI details, refresh token, access token, and after that, getting that access token, you can call any API which I showed you on the first page. Okay, so any Salesforce API. So those API you can call and get the details. So let me just get out of it now, and I'll show you how actually the API works. So let me just show you. So I'm gonna renew my token. Okay, so this is my this is the API. So you see Salesforce Auth token, and I'm passing the like client secret, client ID. This is mine. So if I copy this, and I got this access token over here, so I just renew the token, copy this one, Control C, and I just go in the S object. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you, paste, and I call this API. So what I'm fetching over here, just I remove everything from here right now. So I'm just going to be fetching the opportunities. Okay, so my S object is opportunities. I call this API, and I'm going to get this information, some information over here. So it's kind of like activatable, associate entity type, and all those things, recent item. So opportunity, these are the like kind of multiple different kind of opportunities I have over there. Okay, recent opportunities which I recently viewed or something. and these are the URLs which we can use to get the other information about the opportunity. Let's suppose if you want to access on a single opportunity, so you can pass the ID of it, then you can get the details. If you want to describe the opportunity like approval layouts, like this API gonna explain you what columns are allowed to use it, because it's kind of in the Salesforce you can configure everything. It's very dynamic, so if you configure some of few columns should not be allowed to visible to application or anywhere, so you can configure it into the setting page. Okay, so everything is configurable in the Salesforce side. So you have to first check like which columns you can access through the query. So over here, if you see these queries, so you have to check like which columns are accessible. Those columns only you can pass into the query API and then access it. Okay, otherwise it's going to be start throwing you error. List views, list all the columns, it's going to be showing you, and describe also do the same thing, and quick action layout, describe layout, so all those things. So let me just copy this list view APIs. So I can just type list view over here, and then we're going to be showing later list. So if I open this one, so you see all my opportunities are listed. Like this is not actually the opportunities, this is the kind of list of sections in which the opportunities lies. Okay, so let's suppose all opportunities. So into this one, if I call this API all opportunities, I'm going to be finding my all the opportunities. This opportunity is like which closed this month, so this month closed opportunities if I want to find, so I can use this API. Okay, if I have to find like new last week, the last week newly created opportunities, so I can fetch by this one. So this is all the list of opportunities which I can get. So it's like if you don't want to fetch all the deals like at the same time, so you just want to see like which are the recent ones, so I want to fetch those and sync their data, so you can just call that API and sync it. So you have to pass this ID. Every section have their own ID, so you have to pass this ID. So let's suppose I call this one. Okay, so I just have to copy this till over here. Okay, and just paste it. So you see I got my all the opportunities over here. So these are the basic details, opportunity name, no, these are the columns. Okay, so you see these are the columns which are allowed to access right now. Okay, if I close this, I should get the records. So these are the records. Okay, so the name of the opportunity is this. Okay, field path account dot name, so all these values comes like this. Okay, so every opportunity is gonna be having the informations like this, so you can access it. Okay, if you access by the query, it's gonna be totally different. It's gonna send you the object, so it's not gonna be sending the information like this, so you can get it like the object form. Okay, so if I just go over here and just click on this one, so okay, so I have to pass the token. Wait, let me just go back, take the token. You can explore everything. It's easy, it's not difficult to do anything over here. It's simple, it's straightforward, like integrating any third party. So this is the object opportunity contact role. So this API works for like if you want to get the contact attached to the opportunities, so you can use this one. So you get the contact details inside the opportunities, and this is the opportunity and opportunity ID. Okay, and these are the contacts come inside that opportunity. So every opportunity, like which called deals as well, can have multiple contacts. Okay, so all these details you can find over here. So let me just modify this one. Okay, select ID. Let me just check if it works or not. I forgot the column name, so I can just go back and check the column names. And from opportunity, okay, let me just check it works or not. Okay, so I got it. So I got the attributes ID and name of the opportunities, and let's check the other columns. Like let's suppose the columns are over here, account.name. Okay, so account name is like which account this opportunity created for or connected to. So I explained like in the previous video, like every customer could be having different opportunity. Like if when you engage with any customer, so you create a deal with them, so the deal got closed or open or get through or not, so that's called opportunity for you. So every opportunity will be connected to a company, which is accounts. So if I just paste that over here and just send it, so I'm going to get the company name as well. So you see I got the company information, Dixon PLC and the Dixon mobile generators. So opportunity name is this and the company name is. So there are many columns, so all these columns you can just put it over there. So let's suppose I want to put the amount, like what is amount set for the opportunity. So if you go over here, so you're going to get the amount, like value, what is the value of opportunity. So 100,000, like 125,000 and 15,000 It's like that, so that the value set for that opportunity, like when the deal get closes, like close one, you will get that much money from the customer, and the customer will get the whatever he's buying from you. Okay, and you can also get the stage name. So let's check like what is stage my opportunity reached. So that is stage name also you can get. That is a basic, like these are the basic and important information in any opportunity. Most probably like a stage name, like what is stage the deal has been reached to, and how's the progress going on for that deal, and all those things. So that's why the people use the Salesforce customer relational mapping. Okay, so we got the stage name, everything over here. So same we can access for accounts as well. So if I put accounts, okay, accounts, let me check. So it's gonna throw you the error like accounts not supported if you attempt to, okay, see entity name. So I just remove the stage name from here, amount from here. I just gonna keep ID and name because other columns are not maybe accessible. So accounts not supported, okay, maybe I have to put account only. Okay, so I got the ID name. Now go back over here in the S object and I just change it to account and just remove this list view, remove this from here. Okay, so I got this all over here, new this week, new last week, all accounts. So I just gonna use this all account result and it's gonna give me all the accounts. Oh, I have to pass like this. Maybe I call this API till over here as object. So I passed till over here and let's see it works or not. Okay, so I got all the columns in the account. So you can pass the columns like this: name, site, okay, and billing state code, phone number, and then type, owner alias, account ID, created it. All those columns are over here. So you can just close this and you can find the records. So there is no accounts, so that's why it's not showing over here. This is the API, you can access it. And if I go into the queries, so I got this. So actually accounts are there, but I don't know why it's not showing up over here. Maybe some issue or something. Oh, because I'm fetching the new last week. I should have fetched like all time, so all accounts, not the last week. So if I copy this one, list views slash this, let's try it out. Okay, so over here columns, and I got all the columns and all the accounts over here like this. Okay, same accounts over here, same for the contact as well. So you just put ID name contact. Let's see you get something or not. Okay, so for the contacts as well, I got the name, I got the ID, I just put the email as well over here. Email, okay, so these are the email, and there are some other information as well. If you go in the S object over here and then put the contact, so you're gonna get those details. So that's it from like, this is main like main scenario of the Salesforce, and this is the main data which everyone want to see when they log in inside their Salesforce CRM. Account, deals, and the contact, these are the main information that everyone wants to access. So that's it from this video, and if you want to try by yourself, you can try all these APIs and then just go through with it and check. So thank you so much guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you like it, please hit the like button and do subscribe to the channel. Bye.